So now I request Professor Alexandro Pedro Ayala to briefly tell us briefly about the symposium and the collaboration. Yeah. Professor Ayala, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon to all our friends from India, good morning for my Brazilian colleagues. And it's a really big pleasure to see this symposium with such a large number of people. It's something that started as an idea of meeting our research group, but it's scaled up to this number, and it is a good uh, it gives a good image of the relevance of the field. Our universities have been working together on the field of solid state properties of pharmaceuticals since more than 10 years. We had in collaboration of Lucknow University with the Federal University of Ceará and the University of Sao Paulo. We have several projects granted from scientific agencies, and those projects allows people to move between these universities. We receive in Fortaleza several times from India. We visit several times India. It has been a very productive, a very interesting collaboration from the point of view of science, culture. It's nice to see how our countries, even being almost opposites in the globe, we share a lot of common cultural and social relationships, and due to that, it's a really a big pleasure to be here to say everyone welcome to our meeting. Our as it was said, our university are in the process of signing a memorandum of understanding, and it will officialize a collaboration which lasts for more than 10 years. And we hope that in the future we will follow with this collaboration, and we will have new projects right now. We will be very happy to receive more and more students and professors from India here in Fortaleza. So with that, I want to say again, welcome to everyone, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Alejandro, for giving briefly about the symposium and about talking about our collaboration. And our collaboration that lasted for more than 15 years or maybe more. It was our antiviral drugs, and now it is like we need it more during this pandemic, COVID pandemic, and we need to do more with the antiviral drugs. So now I request Dr. Sanjeev Varshney. He is with us, and I will give his brief introduction. Those who are from India, I think they don't need much introduction for Sanjeev Varshney. Dr. Sanjeev Varshney is basically a geologist, and he is like very bright person. He qualified NET when he was a student, qualified at NET, JRF lecturership, and he joined PhD at the Delhi University. He did PhD from Delhi University, and he was the recipient of Dr. D.N. Waldia Research Fellowship, very prestigious fellowship. And then he topped at the university at the MSc. He received that medal, and then he had many positions in DST. He worked as a counselor of science and technology with Embassy of India in Moscow to facilitate bilateral scientific cooperation between India and Russia during April like 2008 to 2011. And that time I had the Indo-Russian project, and he helped me a lot. There was some communication issues between Russian partner. He was very not so young and not so much e-savvy, and Dr. Varshney used to help us to get some reply from them. So we are very much thankful. He always helped us in our research activities, and he is the member of governing councils of Indo-US Endowment Fund, International Advanced Research Center of Power Meteorology, US India Education Foundation, and he's Indian co-chair of governing body of Indo-German Science and Technology Center, and member of advisory board, a member of board of directors, Global Innovation Technology Alliances, and presently he is working as he is heading the international division of Department of Science and Technology, looking after all the exchanges. And during his leadership, the DST, the international division is really doing very well. So now I invite Dr. Sanjeev Varshney to please deliver the inaugural address. Please unmute yourself or 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to all Indian participants and good morning to all Brazilian friends. Professor Alok Rai, Vice Chancellor of the University of Lucknow, Professor Alejandro Pedro Alia from University of Ceará and Brazilian coordinator for this workshop, my good friend Professor Poonam Tandon, Head Department of Physics, Lucknow University and Indian coordinator for this workshop, colleagues from Lucknow, Ceará, Sao Paulo and other places, all the participants. We are going through a very unusual time during this global pandemic when air quality is improving and pollution level has been dropped by 40 to 50%. Nature is rejuvenating, but we are living in a fear of a microbe. The small creature has changed the entire dynamics of our life, and the world has started to live in a protective measure until we get some news from you people, the pharmaceuticals. So we are eagerly waiting for that good news from the pharmaceutical. This could be in the form of a discovery of a new compound or a vaccine against COVID. Till then, of course, we have to have this mode of protection through personal protective units or through social distancing. I wonder the kind of preparation which we are doing right now we had not even visualized 3 months ago. So it's a totally different world which we are living in. And the government across the world, they are working in various fields, including scientific research, to understand the dynamics of this pandemic, development of rapid diagnostic kits, equipment, managing treatment of the disease, which requires new drugs, and of course new protocol. We know we are skipping several steps when we are trying this new vaccine against COVID. So we are engaged in scientific research as well as in development and production of PPE, rapid diagnostic kits, repurposing of existing equipment, as well as development of new equipment for the purpose. Disinfectant, antiviral coatings, informatics, and dealing with anxiety and stress management in this period. As Honorable Vice Chancellor also said, health is a crucially important social and economic asset, a cornerstone for human development. Managing health and setting up a functioning health system requires cooperation from many parties, including pharmaceutical people, health workers, medical institutions, bioengineering institutions, and of course, government. Worldwide, over the past 4 decades, there have been some impressive advancements, including that death rate of under 5 have dropped to their lowest level in last 6 decades. Women get help, skilled help during the childbirth. More people have access to safe drinking water and sanitations. Death from malaria has been reduced, but enormous challenge remains. Pharmaceutical products play an important role in healthcare and improving the life of the patients. Along with well-trained and motivated health workers, medicines are among the most effective ways to prevent, alleviate, and cure the disease. Affordability of the medicine is part of the solutions, but it is not the only key to unlock to access the puzzle. We also require professionals, medical expertise, functioning, efficient healthcare, and supply systems. Intellectual property has played a key role in this progress. Discovering and developing a new drug, conducting clinical trial, and gaining regulatory approval can cost a huge money. Less than 1% of the compound examined in preclinical stages are cleared for testing in human beings, and only 22% of the compounds entering clinical trials successfully reach development stage and regulatory approval. Without patents, it is estimated that R&D outlays would be reduced, jeopardizing the well-being of future patients and the innovation process. The primary function of the research-based pharmaceutical corporation is to create values by discovering and producing effective medicines, vaccines, and services that improves patients' well-being. Both India and Brazil are the emerging economies which should work on co-development of new pharmaceutical molecules in order to not only cut the cost but also to save the time. It is very timely for this Indo-Brazil e-Symposium on solid state properties of pharmaceutical to take place. Solid state property of pharmaceuticals such as polymorphism, formation of hydrates and solvates, degree of crystallinity, and mechanical properties have profound effects on the quality of drug substance and drug product. Study of such properties are very much important during quality control testing of the drugs with respect to its solubility, dissolution, bioavailability, and stability. We all understand that we are joining this symposium virtually due to current pandemic, but I hope this kind of venture during pandemic may open new avenue for interaction and possible networking in future. I come from Department of Science and Technology, which is responsible for promotion of scientific research in India. We also facilitate bilateral scientific cooperation. There are several opportunities for researchers from two countries to work together. On bilateral basis, we are considering joint research projects from in various areas, including human health and bioinformatics. There are multilateral platforms like IPSA and BRICS, which provides opportunity to work together. While cooperation under IPSA, that is India, Brazil, and South Africa, is presently restricted to HIV and malaria. Under BRICS, we have several opportunities. These include Young Innovators Award, which we are encouraging, asking young researchers to come up with new solutions. Research projects which are open like bilateral mode, so we are also doing research projects in BRICS mode. And we have started from last year India-Brazil Incubation Center. Presently it is in the area of agriculture, but we could consider other area including yours, provided we receive lot of scientific and techno-commercial interest in that subject. We are also working on BRICS Global Research Advanced Infrastructure Network, which will be called BRICS GAIN, which would be a single digital entry platform into research infrastructure, basic information, links, partnership and access calls, contracts, events, and news. You are most welcome to visit our website, Department of Science and Technology, which is www.dst.gov.in, about our various corporations which are available from time to time between India and Brazil. With these available opportunities, I wish researchers in both countries to work together, co-develop new pharmaceutical cooperation, both good for scientific research as well as for techno-commercial research. Efforts and thousands of scientific man hours will help us to push the limit of science, improving global health, and contribute to the prosperity of the society. I wish grand success for this webinar and for discussions today and tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Varshney, for giving an overview and various programs of the DST with which we can collaborate with Brazil, like BRICS and other programs. Actually, there were two calls for the proposal between India and Brazil, and we applied for both the calls, and we were successful in getting funds during both the calls. And we
Great.
are further looking forward for more calls in this area. And I hope we all will come out with this situation of pandemic, and we will again back to the normal life, start international collaboration, traveling to each other, and all these things. And thank you very much for being with us. And thank you.
Welcome.
So I am very much thankful to again all participants from India, all participants from Brazil for your enthusiasm. We were expecting like we had like there is a big time difference between India and Brazil. Right now there is 6 a.m. in Brazil and 4:30 a.m. 4:30 p.m. in India. So we were looking for some common time where we can. So we ended up we thought that we should go for 2.5 hours symposium. It cannot be longer. Even if the Brazilians start very early and we go very late. That is why we decided 2.5 hours, 2 day symposium. But now we received so many papers and we decided to go from apart from oral presentation, we will have e-posters. Okay. We have given a template, like my collaborator, Professor Alexandro, suggested me this thing. We have given the template of 4 PPT, and all who are presenting the posters, they will send us their posters in the form of 4 PPT. And we have created a Facebook page, and we will like convert these PPT into JPG, and we will prepare a grid. And in this grid, we will have these four images, and then we will project. We will have discussions. Even we will circulate this to all participants, and then we will keep some time for the discussion. We will have discussion on the Facebook page and during the symposium also. So I am extremely sorry that many participants were interested in giving oral presentation, but due to time difference between India and Brazil, it was very difficult to organize a very long online activity. Okay. So maybe we have to think something more. Maybe like next time we will have more number of days and
Mm.
like that. So thank you very much, Dr. Varshney, for
Welcome.
this. And now we will thank you very much. We will start
Welcome.
with our sessions. Thank you.